Hi, this is Lisbeth, and it's 7 o'clock here in Central European time. And I'm really looking forward to this evening's Facebook Live because it's one of my favorite subjects to talk about, which is calming signals, how we use them and how we understand them, and how important they are when we are training with dogs and when we are helping dogs with problem behavior, such as fear and anxiety and aggressive behavior. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. So, first of all, welcome. If you're new to this, we do, or I mostly do a Facebook Live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock here in Central European time. I'm in Norway, just outside the capital of Oslo, and I live here in my house in the middle of the woods. Let me show you what it looks like outside my window. It's like this. It's nice, very nice. I'm soon, later in the fall, going back up north where I also have a little house and we're going to spend the winter time there. So if you are watching, please say hi in the comments and let me know where you are because I'm just very curious. I love hearing that you are from many different countries in these live sessions. So, for those of you who are new to this, I just sent an email today as well to everyone who signed up for our email lists, explaining and telling you, if you are one of them, about these live sessions. So I've been doing it for a couple of years, on and off, um, and it's completely free. Sometimes we have guests, and when I can find out how I work Zoom onto the Facebook again, because they made some changes earlier this year, then I'll get some guests back. And then all of the lives are automatically recorded. So you can see the recordings if you click on videos in the menu here on our main Facebook page. So click videos, and I'm trying to write the headline so it's easy to understand what the live is about. So it's a lot now. It's more than, I think, I didn't count lately, but last time I counted it was almost 70 Facebook Lives, so it's probably more now. So it's actually overload of information, but you can learn a lot for free by watching these free sessions. So this is something I do because I love talking about dogs and I love meeting you like I do during these lives. I love chatting to you, and that's why I really appreciate that so many already wrote in the comments. So we have, let me see, there's a lot of people here today. Corinne from Switzerland. Hi, Corinne. Julia is here. Stephanie from Belgium. Julia is in Fredrikstad, which is a town in Norway, but originally from Poland. Philip is here in South Africa. We have Linda from the Netherlands. Monica is in the US. I know she's one of our teachers. Ingrid is in Belgium. We have Terry from South Texas. So you can see all over the place. You might even find some new friends here. We also have a free Facebook group. I should mention that more often. We just started this summer a Facebook group called Back to Basics, where a couple of our teachers, our dog trainers, they are there, so you can actually ask them any questions you want and get some help for free in that Facebook group. Um, oh, we have Sharon in Canada as well. I love it. I want to travel to all these places. I really do. Okay, so let's start talking about how we can use calming signals and our body language instead of commands in situations where we want to help out our dogs. So if you have a dog that is fearful or have anxiety, unfortunately, this is quite a common problem. Um, and when a dog is fearful and scared of something, the signals and their body language that they use is commonly known as distance increasing signals. That's what we call them. But some people also call them aggressive signals. So they are showing aggression, or at least that's how we interpret it to be, that it's an aggressive dog. But in reality, it's a dog that is scared and needs some help. From who? From you. You are responsible for your dog, and you are responsible for getting the knowledge so that you can help your dog. So, the first thing, I know I've said this many times before, and I will continue saying it until I'm, no longer working. So, the basis of everything we do when we are training and interacting with dogs, I think, is good communication, right? So you see all this posts on Facebook and everything, how to be ethical with your dog, ethical dog training, compassion. It's all these fancy words and everything. It's all about, you know, uh, having a connection and communicating. But are we really communicating if we don't understand their language or don't even know they have a language? A lot of people still don't know that. That's why this is my main mission in life, is to teach people about the calming signals of dogs, which opened a whole new world to me when I learned them some 25 years ago. It is now 25 years ago. I read Turid Rugaas' book on talking terms with dogs. So Turid is a Norwegian dog trainer. She is the one that first studied the calming signals and wrote a book about it in the 90s. And then she went on to talk about it. And now everyone in every country, it's amazing, knows the term calming signals. Most people have. Still, there are some people that haven't, but when you think about it, it's amazing how many people and dog trainers that know about the calming signals. Unfortunately, there is also then hundreds of videos out there on YouTube and other places talking about um, calming signals in a way that is not correct. So it's a lot of misunderstood things. So if you really want to understand the calming signals, the way the term calming signals, they have now later on they've been verified, and there are universities all over the place. Not all over the place, but I can't remember which one. I can remember one in Italy. If you do Google Scholar and you do a search, you can find some results of studies that it has been done on the calming signals. So there's no doubt, I just want to say that there's no doubt that dogs have this language, this body language, way of communicating. So when we understand that, it makes everything so much easier, and so much more calm and less stressful. That's what it did to me. And that's why, because of my own experiences, I used to have 8 dogs. Now I have only one, but I used to have 8 dogs. And I was training the quite traditional way. And then I learned about the calming signals and tried out different methods of training and teaching my dogs things. I actually like the word teaching better than training. Um, I realized this is working. Why didn't I do it before? It's so simple. So it starts with you. You need to learn the calming signals, and you also need to learn to observe them, because a lot of the calming signals are very subtle, very small signs. It starts actually with just movements of the eyes, a dog that look to the side or blinking. And that's not easy to see. And sometimes you can't even see it because you're behind the dog. So you can't even see the first calming signals. But just know that your dog is always communicating with its surroundings. So if you're out walking your dog, you meet another dog, your dog is already communicating with that other dog. It's been doing that for quite a while before you realize what's going on. So today I want to talk about two very effective and very easy things to do that is we using part of that calming signals when interacting with dogs instead of giving them cues and commands and talking a lot and maybe even shouting because we are frustrated or we are scared ourselves, that doesn't do anything good in situations where your dog is scared or fearful. On the contrary, it can make the situation escalate. And those two things are splitting and hand signal. Those are two tools that you should have with you, and you do have them with you all the time because you can split and you can do the hand signal. You don't need a clicker, you don't even need treats. Imagine that. You don't even need treats. You don't need anything but yourself. So when a dog is scared, you need to get to know your dog so that you know and can observe the environment so that you can find out what is scaring your dog. Is it the dog across the street? Is it a car? Is it a sound or a noise? Is it a person that is approaching your dog? Whatever it is, you need to know what that is. And I am sure you already do. Most people that come to us with their dogs and need, help, they know everything. They even know how their dogs is reacting. They're just missing the tools on how to handle it, to handle the situation. And those tools is your body and your body language. So, for example, splitting is going between, and this is something that dogs use all the time when they are communicating and when they are together. So, splitting is exactly what the word says, it's splitting, it's going in between. So, if you observe dogs playing, you might see one of the dogs splitting up, so going in between. Typically, a mother would do that with her young puppies. When the puppies are playing too rough for too long, the mother, knows that, oh, this is not going to end well. One of them are going to start crying, just like kids. So I, want to stop this nonsense now before it's just too much for them. And then she would just calmly walk through to split them up. And it's their language, so they understand. And dogs, by the way, they are born with the calming signals in them. You don't have to teach them the calming signals, they know how to communicate. The beautiful thing with splitting is that that is something that we can actually do as well. We can go in between. So let's have an example. You are walking your dog is a bit fearful with other dogs or humans. You can split, you can go in between. Maybe not the best example when I think about it now, because if your dog is walking in front of you, then it's difficult for you holding the leash and then again going in front of your dog to split and to stand between you and your dog, right? I just watched a beautiful video inside the free Facebook group, Back to Basics. She posted, one of our previous students, she posted a video of her dog in her garden, and the dog was barking and reacting to people coming into the garden or cars outside the fence. So her boyfriend was standing, they were expecting a big truck coming, I didn't read the whole post, but they were expecting a big truck to come. I think it was. So the boyfriend went outside the fence and he was standing with the back against the dog and also showing the hand signal. So the hand signal is basically just showing the palm of your hand like this, but you can do both. You can stand and you can hold your hands. Okay, let me get up and show you. So you can stand and just hold your hands like this. We have some good examples, some nice films showing this um, in real life situations inside our care membership platform and also on our level 1 course. We're talking a lot about this. So the hand signal or the splitting, you can use both at the same time. And the video is showing that the dog was barking a couple of times and then stopped barking, yeah, because the person was splitting. And there are so many examples that I've seen. Actually, one of the assignments in level 3, which just started yesterday, I'm very excited about that. We have 26 new students for our level 3. One of the practical assignments is to film when they're using splitting and or hand signals. So not only have I done it numerous times the past 24 years that I've had a lot of dogs, so I know it's working for me, but I also see it's working for other people, right? So I am absolutely convinced it's working. You can also use the hand signal for a dog that is jumping or if your dog is begging food at the table. So these are some of the very many situations that you can use your calming signals or your body language and help your dog to um, be less stressed or less fearful in situations. Very often, when it comes to a dog being fearful and showing distance increasing signals such as growling or showing their teeth or even, standing on two legs on the leash and just barking and going absolutely crazy, it's to try and scare away something that they feel is threatening them. They're scared of it. What was my point? So that's distance increasing signals. Very often there takes just something like increasing the distance a bit to get your dog to be less fearful and more relaxed in the situations. For example, to curve. If you meet another dog and your dog is fearful of other dogs or people, whatever, and you curve, you make a curve, you increase the distance, then it will help your dog being less fearful, obviously, because it's not that threatening, the situation to your dog. And the thing is that when we're talking about this Facebook posts and all these memes and everything, the relationship with your dog is very important and you should trust each other and so on. I think that's what trust is about. If you show your dog that you are there for him or her, that you understand them, and you actually do understand why they're scared, and you do the appropriate, whatever necessary, splitting, showing the hand signal, uh, increasing the distance, walking in a curve, whatever you do, your dog will learn to trust you more because they know that you understand how they feel. Whereas if we don't do that, your dog is just uh, going to be more defensive in these situations, thinking that, I'm on my own, no one understands me, I just need to protect myself. So when it comes to building trust, communication is again the key. That's actually why I started the um, dog trainer school 10 years ago. It was because I was looking for dog trainers, instructors to help me doing courses for puppies and adolescent dogs. But no one of the people who applied for the job knew about the calming signals. So I thought, how can they even teach dogs anything if they don't know how to communicate with them? It doesn't make sense to me. So I thought, well, then we have to make them learn. So that's how that's the reason behind starting the dog trainer school. So splitting and hand signal and curving and lots more. My advice is definitely to read the book on talking terms with dogs and to sign up for some of our free lectures on our website. We even have I have a short lecture, 20 minutes, just an introduction to the calming signals. When you sign up, you get access to that lecture immediately. You can learn something about it tonight. And then you have to start practicing observing it. And once you know, you can't go back. So then you will know that you should have learned this before. I know it's very annoying, but that's how we are, people. So, um, of course, we are learning a lot about calming signals on our online courses. We're starting our next level one in September. We're opening for registration soon. And next Wednesday, I'm doing a free webinar again. Um, it will be on Zoom, and I will post a link here in the comments below so you can sign up. It's completely free, and I will record it so you can get the recording later. Everyone that signs up will get the recording, and the recording will be available for a limited period of time. So I'll be doing quite a few of these webinars this fall about more about what I'm talking about today. So more about how we use calming signals when we are training and teaching dogs new things, and when we are handling behavior issues, because it just makes it so much more easy for you and so much calmer for everyone, including your dog. So, we have a few more people that said hi in the chat. We have Finland. Finland is here. California. Oh, looks nice and sounds nice and warm. Austria and Pennsylvania, and Oslo in Norway. So thank you for being here. These Facebook Live sessions, I try to keep them to, about 30 minutes. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, I'm happy to answer them now. If you're watching this as a recording, I'm not coming back to answer the questions, but you can, become a member in the Facebook group, and then you get your questions answered. So if there are no questions, I'm going to wait for another minute because it might be a delay or you might be writing at this moment. So it's not nice of me to just stop the live. If you have any questions or comments to this, maybe you want to share an experience yourself, um, from how it has made a difference for you knowing the calming signals. That's something I would love to know, actually. So if you're watching this as a recording as well, please do share with us if that had made any difference to you and in what way it has. So Julia is writing, so basically we should put ourselves in between our dog and the dog that's approaching to help the stress. Yes, to stand in between. You can also show your hands, like I explained a little earlier. Or just walk in between, but move slowly. Move slowly Never stare at a dog, not even your own dog. That's not polite. Staring is not polite in the dog world and not in the human world either. So we can, just by positioning our body a little bit away from a dog and our head a little bit away from the dog, that's already a great help for a lot of dogs. That's a language they understand. It's calming signals. Dogs do that when they meet us, even their owners. When you walk into a room and your dog is there and you walk directly to your dog, towards your dog, chances are that your dog is looking a little bit away or even turning his head a little bit away. But like I said, these signs can be very subtle, so you need a lot of practice to see them. So you should observe your dog. You should know about the calming signals, what they are, so you know what to look for. And then you observe your dog. You can even film your dog with your mobile and watch it again. You know, that's one of the great things with filming. Um, we can watch the films again and in slow motion, and I promise you, you will see so many things you didn't even know that your dog was trying to tell you. Helen is, oh, okay, sorry, there's a couple more. Okay, my tackle always chooses my cat. The cat is afraid, maybe chases my cat. The cat is afraid and live in the basement. What to do? Okay, so that's a good question for the uh, Facebook group, Back to Basics. So I'll post the link in the comments here when we just finish with the live, because it's not really anything to do with what I'm talking about today. I think I have a previous live where I actually talked about cats and dogs and things like this. It's absolutely something you can teach your dog to stop doing. So, Helen is writing, my dog was attacked and it's now fearful of dogs running at her. Twice now I have missed the fearful signals and she has run off. So, you know what to do now. You need to know, learn them better, and start practicing observing. Okay, because this is something, it's not something that you learn in 2 weeks. Okay, I am still learning. Turid, it's a wonderful thing when Turid Rugaas, who wrote the book, she's 86 this year, this month actually, 86. And she worked with dogs for more than 50 years. And she still says that she keeps on learning. You know, we can never say that we know everything. So it's a learning curve. So we all have to, the only way to learn how to do this is to do it, like with every practical things. So if you're going to be a good cook, you need to be cooking a lot. You need to try out different recipes and probably do them many times, you know. Same thing with learning to observe dogs and their calming signals. Um, Emma is writing, I take care of a Portuguese water dog and love how she will put the right amount of distance between herself and what is scaring her. It's good to learn from them, isn't it? It's beautiful. They can teach us so much. So we just have to start observing them more and pay more attention to them. I feel so sad when I see people, walking their dog, talking on their mobile or texting even. I saw that yesterday when I was out walking Wilma in the town, and there were two or three people. It's a small town. Two or three people that was very busy with their mobile phone. They had no clue what the dog was doing. So, no mobile phones on your walk. You keep it in your pocket and observe your dog instead. What's the difference between NEC? I'm not even sure. Uh, NEC to Back to Basics. Nordic Education Center. Is that what you mean? Or So Back to Basics is the name of our free Facebook group, because here on our Facebook page we can't really, you can't post anything because it's a page. So we have a group where you can make posts and ask questions. And then we have a membership for dog parents, where we have monthly lives with Turid Rugaas, and we have lots of practical films where you can see and learn how you are using the hand signal splitting and other things, walking on a loose leash and so on. Lots of information, lots of um, uh, courses, theory, everything is in that course platform. Sorry, membership. Um, and then we have the dog trainer school. Yeah. Ingrid is writing, my youngest dog, 3 years old, hates and attack my older dog, 12 years old. What do I do? I have 4 Weimaraner females. I'm desperate. Tried everything. Had 26 years Weimaraners and never had any problem. Yeah, but you see, and you probably know that they are individuals just like us. So Wilma here, my Basset Hound, it's my 4th Basset Hound, but she's very different from the other 3 in her personality, of course, but also, yeah, everything. She's really not like she's she's really something. So that can happen. But again, this is actually this the question you have, Ingrid, I would say would require a consultation, because we need to know, when we are working with problem behavior or issues like this, we need to know what is causing the problem, and then we need to do something about what's causing the problem. So we don't have this information, and it takes a while to get the information. So what we do typically on a consultation is to meet with the owner and the dogs, or the dog, and observe the dog in an enriched environment, and to ask a lot of questions about the behavior and their daily routines and so on. We are kind of detectives trying to find out what is causing the behavior. And then we can start doing something. So when you say, my youngest dog, 3 years old, hates and attacks my older dog, we need to we need to find out why, how, when, in what situations does this happen. So this is not even a question that we will be able to answer in our free Facebook group. I strongly advise you to meet up with a good dog trainer and have a consultation. So where do you live, Ingrid? Which country do you live in? Because we do have some graduate students that are working with dogs, and some of them are offering online consultations and in person. So if you just write now to me which country you are in. Okay, Belgium. So I'm not sure if Christine is here. We do have a dog trainer, a couple of them in Belgium. Quite a few, actually, when I think about it. So Ingrid, please send us an email. Send me an email to mail@nordicdogtrainer.com, or go to our website and there's a contact form, and then you fill it in, and then you just tell me, I need a consultation, and I will remember your name. And then I will send you an email with names and email addresses of the people that I can recommend close to you. I tried already a few dog trainers, yes. And this is very normal. We do that. We try different trainers, but in the dog world, there's different ways of training dogs, very different ways. And if you're not happy with the previous dog trainers, you just need to find someone that you're happy with. And that might be some of our dog trainers, maybe, hopefully. Okay, don't give up, like Chula is saying, which is so true. Okay, so Wilma is here, and she is waiting for her for her, where is she? There she is. Her dinner. She's telling me it's dinner time now, so I need to hang up and go and feed my dog. So, next Wednesday, no Facebook Live, but a free webinar. Next Wednesday, no Facebook Live, but a free webinar. And I will post the link to the free webinar here in the comments. So I hope to see you there, and take care and start observing the calming signals. Bye.